Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video is a customization workshop video, and the customization I'll be working on is this. This is an arm blade for Siege Jetfire. Now, a few weeks ago, the Netflix War for Cybertron trilogy series was released, and in that series you can see Jetfire using a very cool arm blade. Unfortunately, the toy didn't come with one, but thanks to Funbee Studios, and I'll put a link to their website in the description below, they designed this arm blade to be 3D printed and assembled for Jetfire. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So this is pretty much how they came off of the printer. This blue translucent piece for the blade pretty much comes all prepped, ready to go. Just some minor cleanup, as I had to use a glue stick to keep the print from peeling off of the print bed. But other than that, it looks very cool. I like it a lot. I love the translucent plastic. Now, after I removed it from the print bed, I did clean it with soapy water to remove the glue stick adhesive that was on there to keep it from peeling off. But other than that, it's pretty much ready to go. But this is the piece that will take some work, and you'll need some tools. You can see here I have a hobby knife, a X-Acto blade, little sandpaper, also have little pliers or snippers here, some pliers, and little tweezers. So we'll start on this guy first. So this piece goes on Jetfire, its arm, and I'll show it later, but let's start the initial cleanup by removing the brim from the printing process. This actually helps it stick to the bed, otherwise while it's printing it might wobble. And then next, this piece is going to come out. That's a support to make sure this thing has something to hold on to when it prints, and it just pops out. And then over here you have these other support pieces, because I did print it up this way, and you can just easily pop it out. So do the other side. Now you can see there is some leftover plastic that didn't cut well, so that's where the X-Acto blade comes in, where you just have to clean it up a little bit just to make it nice and neat. There you go. Now you can see from the brim there's some plastic, and that's easily cleanable by just running your X-Acto blade to cut that off. Not going to run it too deep, you're just kind of sliding it to shave it off, because so I wouldn't say you're cutting it off, more like shaving it off, because you don't want to cut the actual model. There's a little bit more flash, they call this flashing, so there's a little bit more flashing here. Let's shave that off as well. There you go. Almost done here. And last but not least, you can see there's a support here in the middle for this 5mm peg. So I'm just going to take my tweezers, put it in, and twist to take it out. And there you go. There is Jetfire's arm blade holder. Now, before I assemble it, I normally do a test fit. I have Siege Jetfire here. This is going to go on this arm. And when I test fit it, I don't put it in all the way. You don't want to force it in all the way. Sometimes with the 3D printing process, there is a shrinkage in the plastic. So, and it depends on your printer and the filament that you use. Sometimes you have to print it a little bit larger for it to be the right size, because it'll be too loose. So this one is just a little too snug. Now you don't want to force it in, because you don't want to risk this thing snapping. So because it is a little bit too snug, I'm going to just take the sandpaper and lightly sand it a bit. I'm not going to do it a lot, just sand it a little bit, because you can always take away, but you cannot add back. So when sanding, you don't want to overdo it. You want to, it's a process of fitting and sanding just to make sure you get that right spot. Now down the line, the plastic will wear, so it will get looser and looser if you keep on putting it in and out, but at that point you can use something like nail polish to keep it tight. But again, like I said, you don't want to force it because you don't want to risk breaking this peg. Also, like to test the fit on the back, because in vehicle mode this thing goes on the back. This one, see, that peg is a little bit easier to go into than the arm peg. Okay, now that we got it fitted, we can take the blade. Now you can do it a couple ways. The print is made so that you can just hold the blade with friction. It's a little tight on the first the first time you put it in. So you can hold it with friction like so, but with time it will get loose if you keep on removing it. Right now it's just very tight. So the other thing you can do is get some super glue just to make it more permanent and glue it here on this side and put it in. But for my purposes, I'm going to leave it like this for now, and then when the time comes this becomes loose, I'll glue it in. And there we have Jetfire's arm blade. Now you can tell this is 3D printed. Look at you can see the lines, but for the most part it looks really nice. I actually kind of like those lines. Kind of gives it a more unique energy type of look for me. Now you see there is a 5mm peg there. That's so you can actually put his gun, if you want, over there at the same time. Now the 5mm peg for this hole is a little loose, I think. No, it's actually not that. It's not loose. It seems looser than insert this peg, but you know, if you do shake it, it'll come off. So one thing you can do is if you put a little nail polish inside, you can add to that part. Then again, I guess you can add. Anyway, that is Jetfire's arm blade. Put it on. Again, this is a Funbee Studio design. I'll put a link to their website in the description below. If you have a 3D printer, you can purchase this file to print for yourself. But if you don't have a 3D printer, I am actually licensed to sell 3D prints of their design, and I did make a batch of these. And if you want to buy one, there is a link in the description below to my Etsy shop where you can purchase one. So basically you'll get it just like this. You will have to do some of the prep work to get it finished for your Jetfire, but as you can see from this video, it is not that hard to do. Anyway, that is it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Follow us on social media and check out our Discord. Links in the description below.